one.
Okay.
I actually can't get this.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. Oh my god.
Yay! 47. 47th mimosa. And we're back outside, which is where we started.
Yep.
The whole ordeal last year.
It has been
finally
an ordeal.
been a year. Pandemic was a year ago. This is very exciting. These are going to be great memories for us to record them and look back on our lives at the time. Or we're going to be really embarrassed and be like, why did we record this? It could go either way.
We're going to make a scrapbook. We'll have it on in the merch shop in no time. Yep.
Nee.
Today we're back to the classic Corbel's Brut.
Good alcohol level.
It's the best.
I was drinking a red wine, 19 Crimes, last night.
Thank you.
And it was 14% alcohol, which I thought was really high. I mean, it's good, and that's what I wanted, but
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is such a high percentage. And I was FaceTiming my friend Tony and Melissa, and Tony more so was saying that that's low, that's not even high. And I was like, you obviously don't check bottles very often because
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
A normal percentage for
it's like 9% I've seen a lot.
I feel like maybe I just buy really cheap wines, maybe.
What does it mean?
Because I get a lot of 11.
Cheap?
No, I said less usually.
Oh.
You're paying for the price of the alcohol content I press.
You press?
I guess. Whatever.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, girl.
I was about to say this tastes extra good because I didn't drink this week, but I did have red wine last night.
Oh my gosh.
But that was needed. I had a rough week.
Yeah.
And I just needed some kind of alcohol. But besides that, I haven't been drinking as much, so mimosas taste extra good.
I mean, I kind of had a week about it. It's my last,
I'm going back to work.
I'm going back to work. So, and then it's a birthday weekend next weekend. So then once the 29th
Not yours, because it just happened.
Not mine, Donnie's. So once the 29th hits, Monday, I'm going to be on the straight and narrow. No more pizza every weekend. No more drinking every weekend.
I mean, pizza is always a Friday night or Saturday night thing for me. I'm working.
I mean, us too, but at the same time,
I'm sorry that once you start working again, everything fun has to go out the window.
I was waiting for the motorcycles. But I did read that, if you have pizza and you drink at the same time, your body doesn't, break down the food, or you gain more calories or something. Look it up. But it's worse for you to be drinking while eating pizza, because it's the carbs.
That seems false.
Don't digest the same.
I feel like I usually eat pizza because I feel better.
Because it soaks it up?
Yeah.
What if it soaks it up and then just sits in your stomach?
I mean, you take some, you get some, right? I eat healthy all week so I can eat pizza and beer on the weekend. That's the way it goes. So
this is true.
Sue me. I don't know. What are they trying? They want to make me feel bad about the one day that I'm making myself eat fun things.
What? It's fine. We're just going to keep living
keep
off
living
of
your
the straight
life.
and narrow. We're going to live on the windy and broad.
Also, I was talking to you earlier about how I was convinced I had COVID this week because my chest hurt.
My brother and his wife were very, shocked that you get a COVID test all the time.
Why?
I don't know. I was like, Nana just wants to, have the comfort of knowing she doesn't have COVID, and she's kind of a hypochondriac, so she just, gets it all the time. And Megan was like, can she find a COVID test all the time?
It's not
I'm not making fun
vaccine.
of you, Megan. That's just how you talk. It's because how you talk.
I just want to make sure if I'm seeing any, I have the same bubble of people, but even if I'm in a bubble, you want to make sure you're protecting the bubble, so I don't want to give it to you if I had it.
We're basically getting a COVID test for all three of us.
Right.
And your mom.
Right. Yeah. I'm just double checking.
Right.
But I had chest pain and a headache, but now I have come to terms with, I did get 2 tests, rapid and regular, both came back negative, so I do not have COVID. However, come to terms with the fact that I think it's stress.
It is definitely stress. You're very stressed. Not good.
But it's a severe, I never had an anxiety, I've had anxiety attacks in the past.
Right.
Runs in my family. Mm-hmm. But I'm not an anxious person in any way, shape, or form on normal terms, I would say. But I've never had this kind of stress pain.
That's weird that your anxiety medication wouldn't be just helping that, because why would you still have that anxiety?
I don't know.
It just helps with anxiety attacks?
Well, I think this actually might be more, I don't know, because before I had anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and that wasn't from anything. Remember, I used to get them when I was the most relaxed. When I was in college, I really had nothing going on. They were like, it's just genetic. You don't have to be stressed to get them.
So crazy.
I felt so good about my life at the time, like probably the least stress I've ever been under. And I started getting panic attacks. It was so weird. But now, my mother is sick. She has severe dementia problems. I'm trying to take care of things with her, and COVID, and my grandma fell, and all this stuff is happening. And now I feel like this is actual stress.
Yeah.
And maybe this is how, I'm just interested to see how different people surface their stress, I guess.
Yeah, mine isn't headaches and heartburn or heart pains.
What are yours?
Mine is like when we were meeting with Donnie's mom yesterday, and she was just like upset and everything, and it's nothing compared to what you're going through, but even just like hearing, like we were having a fine day, but just like hearing her problems, like my mind subconsciously just goes to like biting like the inside of my mouth, and like that's how I know that I'm going through like some kind of stress, because like now it's all chewed up and it just,
I feel like that's like how I deal with immediate stress, like things like that. You wet your nails, you know what I mean? But maybe I've just never had a situational stress that's months long, where you maybe really internalize something, where you've had to.
Mine was like stomach pain a lot when that happened.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I hear for a lot of people. You know what also has been happening to me? My eye has been twitching nonstop.
Did say that.
Like nonstop, every day. For hours, my eye will twitch. And I'm convinced that it might be something crazy.
Listen.
Internally.
I need to go.
Go where?
Just like real quick, I need a BRB. I can't see anything out of this contact. Do you understand?
No, I was thinking in my head how I have the Macarena in my head.
Okay.
And I'm confused.
When's the last time you've heard the Macarena?
Exactly. Why am I singing that in my head right now?
Hey, Macarena.
It's one of those earworms.
You get this a lot.
I know.
All right. So what we're
Weren't
talking about
we recently
stress.
talking about how weddings aren't the same anymore? Was that me and you talking about that?
No.
I was
Late
recently
on.
saying that. No, like growing up, you didn't go to a lot of weddings though, did you?
No.
Growing up.
Just put that in my face.
Well, I had a ton of, you had cousins your own age. All my cousins were 20 years older than me, so I spent my young childhood going to a ton of weddings.
And you were like the cute, like, girl at the wedding, and everyone was like, ooh, Amanda.
Was I? Were you there?
Yeah, there's like always like a cute little kid like at the wedding, and they're just running around.
No, I'm like the
eating
shy
cookies.
little girl that was like
You were
hiding
not
behind.
shy.
You did not know me when I was a toddler. I was not very outgoing. I was so shy.
Something changed.
I certainly. But no, but I was saying how in growing up we always went to fire halls for weddings.
Yes.
That was a thing. Bingo halls, fire halls. And now I want to know when it changed that we became so extravagant. And I don't know if maybe I just changed, my circle changed. You
I
know?
think your circle changed.
So you think there's still a fair amount of fire hall weddings?
Yes. I was literally just thinking, I don't know why, but last night, like, I'm not getting married anytime soon, but I was trying to think of where in Pittsburgh I would get married, because like that's my job, like we do weddings and stuff. And I decided, I don't think you can actually do this, but Carnegie Museum, you know that room that has all like the gemstones and stuff?
Yeah.
With the mirrors? I'm gonna get married there.
I bet you they would let you do that.
Yeah, like a small one. You could just set up chairs between the pillars and stuff. How about you?
Eloping.
Okay. I was literally just gonna say, just what if you had to pick somewhere in Pittsburgh?
I would
Or
like to do,
Pennsylvania.
I don't know. I would like to do something just like outside, maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe on the bridge.
Ooh. I thought they would let you do
I wonder
that.
if I could shut down a bridge
That'd be expensive.
and have it on a bridge, like a small bridge. We have so many. We have hundreds to choose from.
Yeah. Just pick one.
I can just pick one that doesn't get a lot of traffic and then do it on that.
You should do it on the 31st Street, though.
That would be a lot to shut down. There has to be a better one.
Well, like, do you have any bridges that are meaningful to you?
No, not really.
Just any of them?
I don't have even
Well,
a concept of who I'd want to be doing that with at this point in my life.
true.
So maybe we would have something special together that would mean something to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, more so I was saying how the different weddings have changed, because when I was growing up and I went to all these weddings, once again, I don't know if this is just where we grew up or if they're still like this other places, but it was a big deal. Did I ever talk about this? Did you do like the chicken dance and stuff?
I think we talked about it once, maybe.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like that was like what I waited for as a child, was for the chicken dance. And it was like always.
I think it's
there.
out of it's not a trend
style
anymore.
now?
Yeah. Because it's like, who actually wants to do it?
Well, that's what I was thinking about the fire hall weddings too. Like barn weddings weren't a thing when we were growing up.
No, and I love those.
Right, so I feel like maybe barn weddings took over fire hall weddings because they're still fairly cheap sometimes, depending on where it is.
People still have fire hall weddings.
I'm sure some people do, but I don't know if they're as, like every wedding I went to growing up was a fire hall wedding.
If you want to get married in the winter, you can go to a barn.
You can too. They have barn weddings.
That'd be
You just
really
get
cute.
heaters, yeah. I went to a winter barn wedding.
Well, I mean, there also are a lot more. I think people have realized that venues make a lot of money. So I think now maybe a lot of venues have opened up. So like before, maybe it was just like fire halls were good venues. That's where you went. But like now, like the Ace Hotel has one, and like
also growing up, they were always not potluck, like your guests, but like your family made a ton of our food. Like we made food for our family weddings for my cousins. It was a lot of a buffet style.
Wow.
You would have
Probably
someone
so much
make
money.
some. Yeah, I'm sure they're all. I mean, we're in Pittsburgh, so we have cookie tables as dessert, which is still something that happens where your family makes a ton of cookies, cousins, aunts, uncles, things like that, and then you kind of spread out cookies all over tables, and
the
it's
best.
like a tradition. I don't go
best
to a wedding here without a cookie. Every wedding in Pittsburgh has a cookie table.
Yeah, and that was like a big deal when COVID hit, actually, because like people were saying in the showroom appointments, they were like, I would ask like, do you want a linen for your cookie table? And this was like kind of in the very beginning, so we weren't sure if it would be a problem in a year, which would be right now.
Right.
And they were like, the venue was saying we might not be able to have a cookie table, and I was like,
yeah, it's
Why
they
are
were
you
saying they had to
going-
have them in like boxes,
Yeah,
like already pre-made cookies in the cookie box.
but the best part is like when you can
I
just
know,
like
you pick out what you want.
pick out, but even in the middle of the wedding, you just like sidle up to the cookie table, have a cookie.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying though. So for that, you'd have all the people making the cookies, and then you'd have people making the food, and it was just like a family affair more so. And then now it's so fancy.
Yeah.
So I just want to know when it changed. When did we stop doing the chicken dance, the electric slide, the YMCA? I feel like I don't go to weddings anymore, and not that I'm complaining because I'm not really into the bouquet toss or like the garter toss.
Hate that.
But that was
Hate it.
weddings were just so the same whenever you were growing up. It was like you did that, you left like at your wedding, you know what I mean? Like now I feel like people stay and have an after party, or then they like have breakfast in the morning with like the out of town guests.
Yeah.
Like I remember my parents and a lot of people I talked to who are older left directly from their wedding to go to their honeymoon. Like that was a thing.
That's what Jeremy and Megan did.
That's crazy.
They got in the limo, and I mean, I guess maybe they stayed a night somewhere, but we didn't see them after.
That seems nuts.
And then like my parents paid for us to stay at this like B&B, but this B&B was super square. So like, I'm sorry, Amanda, didn't get to go. Donnie was my +1.
It's pretty devastating, but it's fine.
I know.
You were in my sister's wedding, but I mean, whatever.
I don't think you would have been in Jeremy's wedding.
Okay.
But they paid for us to stay the night before the wedding in a B&B, which was like, it was really cute, but you weren't allowed to have alcohol there
Oh,
necessarily.
you did tell me that, yeah.
Yeah, so we got there, and like, not that it's a huge deal, but once you're there and you're like with your family, then maybe you just want to have like a beer or like some wine and sit around and like talk or whatever. So we had to like do it sneakily, like in our room. So like Donnie and I, for the second night, we just like stayed in a hotel that was closer, so like driving back wouldn't be as hard.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, I'll pay for you to stay at the B&B. They're gonna have dinner.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not doing that. I can't.
What kind of B&B doesn't let you have any alcohol?
It was really weird. Like, I have a picture of us like sitting in the room, like with, they were kind of like lukewarm beers too, because we brought them up with us just so we could like have it there. And we had to have the door shut in the room. It was just like stupid.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe they had a more traditional wedding, you know? Well, that's another thing. I was just talking about this too, about how a lot of people now don't have, which I also enjoy. I love children. I love children.
Yeah.
However, I do enjoy an adult wedding just because I feel like it's a chance to give the parents a day off. You know, it's a date night. They don't have to worry about watching their kids. They can stay longer and enjoy themselves.
Right.
You don't have to worry about alcohol being served around children or anything like that. But I never remember that being a thing growing up either. Like everyone I went to had tons of kids everywhere. It was like kids just running around
Kids
willy-nilly. Yeah. I was not the only child by far at anything.
I mean, it's kind of still like questionable these days though. I feel like there's I've seen a ton of things on BuzzFeed being like, is it rude to not invite kids to your wedding or something?
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, BuzzFeed, they'll just write anything.
I mean, not like I've been to weddings that have kids. Like, people have flower girls and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's usually minimal amount of kids nowadays.
Right. No, that's good. I like that as well because I don't really like kids. So for me,
it's just one of those things. I just want to know when societal things change like that. I want to know the exact pinpoint.
I think that you're in kind of a bubble though, because even I was talking to someone from work and they were saying how they went out to eat in Murraysville and stuff, and like no one, like the place that they ate was packed and like no one was wearing a mask.
Well, there's tons of places like that around here.
Well, what I'm saying is like here, like the Strip, everyone wears a mask if you go out to eat. Like we're really good about it, like in this like city. But if you go out, then it hasn't really changed much. So I don't know if you're just not around the people who have fire hall weddings.
I know, but the town we grew up in, I feel like a good amount of people that we graduated with are still there. And I see their weddings, and I don't know I haven't seen one of them having it in a fire hall.
Where do they have weddings?
Barns, a ton. Barns are the hit place for the people in the valley to get married now. I think like most of the ones I see are barn weddings.
Good for them.
Which are cute. Yeah, like they're cute weddings. I just feel like that might have taken over.
Yeah.
Maybe it seems a little tacky now to have it in a fire hall.
It is a little bit cuter than a fire hall, for sure.
Yeah. It's hard to decorate a fire hall.
Right.
And also, I feel like a ton of people don't get married in churches anymore. Like, your wedding happens where your reception is.
Yeah.
You know?
Becker got married in church. That was really nice.
Yeah, that is weird. My sister did get married in a church, and she was very adamant about wanting to get married in a church. And for her being not super religious and her husband not being religious at all, it was very... I remember even thinking back then, because it was years ago at this point. 7 years ago, maybe. 2012. Year, man. 9 years ago?
9, yeah.
That's crazy.
That is
Yikes,
crazy.
that is crazy. Well, years ago, and she was like she said that she always like pictured and envisioned herself, I guess, like walking down the aisle and stuff.
Like, we're lucky because, I mean, I know myself, I've never pictured and envisioned, so my options are wide open.
I know, that's never been something that I'm like, I need to walk down the center aisle of a church with my father in hand.
I guess it was like really picturesque though. Like it went well, like when I remember.
I've been to so many weddings at this point now. It is just crazy. I feel like I've been to all kinds of different weddings, all different price points, all kinds of. But it's so funny because it is true that the ones that sometimes are the cheapest, like the fire hall weddings are fun, you know? Like they might not be the most beautiful, but they're always a good time. They're always the ones where people are drinking well drinks and partying, and then you stay late and there's really no curfew time and you just have a good time. And I've been to some weddings that are gorgeous and you can tell cost so much. Like I don't even want to know how much people spent on these weddings, and I feel like they're kind of lame. Like you just don't have as much fun because they're so stuffy, kind of.
That was similar to a reception that I went to that I'm not going to say who it was, but like I only got to go to the reception because I had to work like earlier in the day, and it was fun for the time I was there, but it was kind of like the vibe that no one like lived close by there. And like fire hall weddings, I feel like you kind of at least live kind of near it, or you can like have a hotel near it. But like this place was just really weird and like far out, and it was in this huge venue with like these high ceilings, and someone from our high school was the photographer, which is also really weird. And it just like didn't seem like everyone was partying. It was just like you had your sit down dinner and you had 2 drinks and then you went home. And
I feel weird about stuff like that sometimes. I just feel like I just want to have fun. That's why I want to elope if I ever get married, because I feel like it's a lot of pressure to, and a lot of my friends I have a lot of different friends, you know, it's not, and I feel like the older you get, a lot of the times your group gets smaller, but I do feel like I know so many different people that.
Your group has grown.
I guess it's just, you get different friends, you meet different people from different walks of life, you know, different jobs and stuff, so it seems stressful. And my friends always say you'll never have another time in your life when you all get all those people in one space and that they can all hang out. But do I really need them all in one space at one time?
It doesn't matter, like, will come to your elopement.
Well, what if I don't invite anyone? It's an elopement.
Oh, well, that's going to be really upsetting to a lot of people.
Wedding.
Oh, right. Yeah. True. Yeah.
No, I think I would end up having a very small destination wedding and then inviting.
At the cabins in Canada?
No. Oh, my God.
What?
I would never be allowed. My family would never let me do that.
Boo.
Yeah. But
that sucks. They would never let you have your wedding there.
Yes. And what do you do? Boat everyone over and like one by one?
Yeah. Like, could
They
you
don't
imagine?
even let. It was hard enough to get you, one person who wasn't in the family there. Like,
Okay,
to
well,
allow
I mean,
that.
but if they like, there was like a hotel kind of there, like a lodge or whatever that people could stay at. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if they all rented rooms, then they're there. Like, that's too bad for your family.
No, that would never. It would never.
That'd
Ever,
be
ever,
fun.
ever. But yeah, I could do a destination wedding. Far enough away so that everyone you don't want to go doesn't go, and then the people who you do want to go would go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get to go to a wedding in India next year, and that's exciting.
Right, that's crazy.
And I'm like really excited about it.
Yeah, you should be.
I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You can come.
My mom
You can't go to the
thinks I'm
wedding,
going.
but you can come to India.
I'll come to India, no problem. I had something actually that I want to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if it's actually still a good idea to talk about it.
Okay.
Never mind.
Excuse me?
It's just like doesn't have anything to do. I just forgot completely what it was, but I like thought about it yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna tell Amanda about this.
Okay, well now you have to tell me.
Okay, well, do you have anything else you want to say about wedding?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
It was just a thought.
So we had to go to Walmart yesterday to pick things up, I guess, whatever. I don't like Walmart, but I'll do it if I have to.
Yeah.
And do you know how many times like I have walked into a Sam's Club thinking it's a Walmart? And
Well,
like not having a card either, and they just like let me in.
I was gonna say it's owned by the same people.
Yeah, but like
I don't think do you need it walking in of a Sam's Club? I thought you just need it when you're checking out.
well, there's always like a guy at the door who's like kind of like looking at you, and I never really got that. But like literally, this happened to me like 5 times where I just walked into the wrong building.
Okay, it's not
thinking
that
it's a
easy to think
Sam's
that.
Club. I know. I just wanted
Was
to
that
tell you
it?
that. See, that's why
I thought there was like a story like you were gonna tell me yesterday. You finally got caught.
No, we just like didn't. We went into the Walmart instead. You know.
So, have you ever bought anything from the Sam's Club and they just
No,
let
I
you?
literally like get in there and then I look around and I'm like, this doesn't look like Walmart. And then I like quickly leave out the entrance again.
I'm very confused by the whole thing.
That's why I didn't want to bring it up.
You know what? Can I talk to you about Costco though? Because I
Yeah.
used to make fun of my friend. I have 2 friends that have Costco memberships. And the one specifically was the one I started going to Costco with. And she had it when she lived with just her and her boyfriend. And I remember thinking it was such a waste. I used to make fun of her all the time and be like, why would you have like, it's you're 2 people.
I feel that as well.
Do you really need a Costco membership?
Yeah.
And then I started going with her and I was like, ooh, there's some pretty good stuff in here. And I've now found currently I buy olives there exclusively, my kombucha there exclusively usually.
Which you said you would buy for me.
It ran out for the short stock period, but I think it's back now, Alyssa said.
Okay.
But, and then I got my salsa, the salsa I love, that's where I started getting that one from. So anyway, I still have a hard time because I do feel like it's a bulk buy place.
Right.
And there's just no reason for someone who's single. Like I
Or
would
a couple.
Or a couple, right. If you don't have like children.
Yeah.
Or a reason to buy bulk, like you're heading up a business or you work for a church or something where you like buy a bulk amount of things.
Yeah.
It just seems so silly. However, now I feel bad because I do mooch off of people with Costco memberships to get my stuff that I want.
You should be pitching in.
I have offered.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they said no?
Well, because they always say, like, well, I would have it. You're not swaying me to not have it, so I would do this anyway.
Well, those are nice friends.
And they're usually looking for someone to accompany them anyway, so.
Okay.
But I feel bad.
You shouldn't feel bad then. You should actually try to get me a big bag of craisins.
Ew.
No, I used to love
Who likes
craisins.
craisins?
Me.
I got a Trinidadian rice mixture yesterday at the farmer's market, and there were raisins in it. And the rice mixture was so good, but I had to pick out every single raisin.
Raisins are different than craisins.
No, they're not. Barely.
Yes, a raisin is
I
a grape.
I know that
A
they're
craisin
different,
is a
but
cranberry.
they are tasting the same.
Okay, well, I got really into them, and I got them for Christmas one year in bulk, and I know my mom bought that from Costco. So,
I'll check it out for you
thank you.
next time I'm there.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. I'll chip in. So I can get one bag.
Maybe
of
we
craisins.
should, as a couple, join Costco.
I'm not doing that.
I don't think it's that much. I think it's only like $100 a year, so why wouldn't
Yeah,
you,
but like
I
that's
guess?
the thing though, is that it's $100. So like if it was gonna be what's 100 divided by 12, like 8 something. I don't know, I just guessed. I would pay it per month, but they make you pay it That's why I suddenly got Amazon Prime, because they made it so you could pay per month instead of per year.
So you would rather pay $8 a month than $100 a year?
Because I'm not going to want it for a whole year. So, like, I'll just pay it for 3 months. And then
that's probably why they do that, because they don't want you to be like, I'll pay for this month, go 1 month, and then stop going.
I don't like that.
And you wouldn't want to do that either, because you would buy craisins in bulk, and then you'd be like, crap, I ran out, and now I want more. And that's just more of a pain in the butt to be like, oh, I have to reinstate myself, and then I'm going to take it away, and then I'm going to reinstate myself.
I wonder if people, like, if there's, like, a fake Costco ID business. Like, fake IDs?
I don't know. I feel like that'd be hard. Because they...
kind of not worth it.
Well, yeah, it would be not worth it, because it's really not that much money. And it also just... I feel like it's, I mean, never mind. It can't be any harder than an actual fake ID. Right. I'm like, how would they get the data onto your Costco card? I'm sure they can do it.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
But I don't know. That's always what I think about, though. One day when I'm an adult, I will definitely shop at Costco, though.
I mean, if I have kids.
My old roommate, Dylan, used to buy bulk toilet paper.
That is smart.
At Costco. It was smart because we never had to buy toilet paper for the whole year, but we also lived in an apartment building, so we had a massive thing of toilet paper, and I would like open up every drawer and there'd be toilet paper falling out. I'm like, we don't need it. Why do we have a bulk amount of toilet paper? I mean, I wasn't complaining because I didn't buy toilet paper that whole year.
Yeah.
It was very nice of him to purchase the toilet paper we needed for the entire year in like one stop.
Right.
But it seemed at the time
to be like a lot.
Why do we do this to ourselves? Why are we opening drawers and toilet paper falling out?
But you know what? I do kind of just like to go grocery shopping. So like if I bought all my toilet paper in one big trip, then like
true.
That cuts down all the times I get to go to Coons.
We really like going grocery shopping.
Yeah, I love going on this trip.
I don't understand how people hate going grocery shopping.
Love it.
It's one of my favorite things, especially through quarantine. It is the only fun thing I do. Like, truly. It is my time out of the house. Yeah. It is like, I love grocery shopping. And you can find fun things. And I get people who are on a budget maybe, which... we are, so...
not I.
I am on a budget, a strict one, but it's still fun to try new things.
Sometimes I'll go grocery shopping and I'm just like, today I need Mexicali dip.
Mm-hmm. But we also don't have families. I would think that...
I have a family.
Shopping with children would be a nightmare.
I mean, you have a family.
Yeah, but not children.
Okay.
Like, that would be...
Sometimes I think it'd be fun, though, too.
No. I don't want kids pointing things out and saying they need this and then having fits if they don't get it.
Yeah.
And
I did used to run away a lot when we went shopping. Yeah, I
never ran away, but I was just like, hey, I'm leaving. It wasn't like I was doing it without telling someone, I'm going to go to this aisle, I'll see you later.
I've always been a fan of the Irish goodbye, even when I was a kid. Sneaking out.
Then you get the call on the intercom.
It's so much fun, too.
Back in the day.
Then you're like, oh, that's me.
Oh my God, I hated that.
I loved it.
I was embarrassed. And someone would see you in school and be like, did you get
true.
called on the intercom?
Yeah.
And we're like, no. Why would you do that? That was a big deal back when we were children, getting lost in stores.
And getting called on the intercom.
It really was. You know how you see people, the children hiding in the inner clothes racks?
Yes.
Like, that was something I did.
That was fun. I used to love working at the mall and like finding kids like that too, because you would just be like going about your day and putting clothes away, and there's just like a kid there. You're like,
why do kids do that? Like, why? Why would we do that?
I mean, because it's like tall. It's the same way the cats sit in boxes.
So but were we hiding, or it was just a fun place we found?
I think it was a fun place you found. I mean, I remember a lot of like going to like a store with like you or like Kara or even like Alex or something, but we were a little too old with Alex. But like still, it's like fun as a kid to just be like, we're in the thing. Like
okay, I don't remember doing that as an adult.
No, not an adult.
I was gonna say, I feel like I was a little kid when I did that. But oh yeah, we were total pests at Gabe's. We were the poor people who worked there.
Yeah.
We used to take everything out. No, not everything out. But we'd make a list. We used to get dropped off, spend hours in this one department store, just being total pests. We had no money. We had no intention of buying anything.
We did get pretzels every time.
Okay, we got pretzels and ices.
Right, but that was it. We didn't have money for clothes. We just got pretzels and ices.
But then we would pretend like we were shopping. We would be like, okay, we're a family of 4, and we have to buy this, and this. And then we would like get stuff for our home. Like, we would put all this stuff in a cart.
That's why we like grocery shop.
But you know what? We did put it back after, because we were there so long.
All the time.
I made sure to always put mine back.
Not when we were trying on clothes.
Well, you don't have to. You put on the rack.
Yeah, but I remember the first time that I realized that was, like, wrong was with you, though. Because, like, they had this big fitting room that was, like, the family fitting room and had mirrors all over the place. And we would just get, like, piles of, like, random clothes that we didn't even really want. And we would just, like, go into the big fitting room for, like, an hour.
Yeah, we would love to do that.
Try it on. And then we just, like, did it. And then, I don't know, like, who told you this? But one day, I, like, just thought we were going to do that again. And you were like, I feel kind of bad. We should just, like, take some of this stuff and put it away. And I was like, oh.
So I was, like, taking it not even from, like, the not return
You weren't even
rack.
putting it on the rack. You were like, we should just take some and put it away.
I do that sometimes even now.
Oh, yeah.
If I know where it was wet and I only have a couple of things, I'm like, I'll just put this back. But I mean, like, whenever we were taking the home goods stuff, like, we didn't keep it in a cart and drop it off. Like, we always put that stuff back.
Yeah.
So we were pests, but we were nice pests. We tried to clean up after ourselves. And you're right, though. One of the clothes, I mean, I did try to take some things, but I did also put some stuff on the return rack. At least that's still a place it goes. Yeah. You know, like,
you didn't like
right. I wasn't like leaving it strewn in the dressing room or anything like that.
But we did also play a really fun game of like
keep away from the blue jackets. I do remember that they wore blue jackets.
Blue
people who worked there.
Yeah,
and we used to like do the cart
and like hide from them. But like it's like they were chasing us, but they had no idea.
Yeah, but no one cared at all that we were even there.
We played a game of hide and seek with ourselves, basically.
Do you remember sardines? I was just trying to explain this to my other friends.
I always loved sardines.
Wait, how do you play?
So sardines is whenever one person hides, and then everyone else has to try to find them, and then once you find the person, you hide with them.
Okay,
so it's like also another layer of funny because it's like you all have to
try to hide in the one space.
Yeah.
My friends had never even heard of sardines.
I love sardines.
They were so confused. They were saying I made it up. I was like, no, sardines is definitely a major game.
We had so many fun games.
Yeah, we used to play in the dark. Remember, that was like a thing. We'd turn off all the lights, and then that was a thing you play.
Or even outside with the neighborhood kids, we used to play hide and seek, and then you'd have like the base that was safe.
Yeah. Or like freeze tag.
Freeze tag. Oh my god.
TV tag. Remember TV tag? You had to say a TV game. A TV.
That's so like quick on your feet because you had to say that.
I remember my go-to was Rugrats every single time. I was like, Rugrats. Oops. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Just a baby bit.
Just a baby bit.
Just a bubble bit.
Good times. We really had a great time. I could go back.
I could go back.
That's why adults don't get enough exercise because they don't play fun games like that. I would play freeze tag. That's basically jogging.
Yeah. I feel like we get a F ton of exercise though. We walk everywhere.
I mean, we do, but I'm saying like...
in general?
Yeah. I could get more.
There are some kids nowadays, though, that only, those daggone kids just play on their video games. They don't even go outside. Probably don't even play tag.
They only play it on their Switches.
Just play it on, I almost said Game Boys, because that's how still off I am. Do people still
on
play
their
Game Boys?
GameCubes.
Wait, are Game Boys still a thing?
No, it's, well, I guess the Nintendo DS would be like the new thing, but that's old. It's a Switch now.
What was the latest?
Game Boy Advance?
Is that the last one? Because that's what I had.
Well, yeah, you had the Game Boy Advance, and then you moved on to the DS. Because they got the...
And that was the flip guy.
Well, the Advance also flipped. But then the DS
I
is
had
like
an Advance, and it was this way. Remember?
Oh. Well, the Advance did flip, too. That was like a later version, because I had one of those.
Must have been a different Advance. Because I remember like it was the regular Game Boy, which I never had, and you had. Then it was the Game Boy Color, which you also had, and I didn't have.
Our parents loved to get us game consoles.
I didn't have any of those game consoles, but then I begged my mom for a Game Boy Advance, and I did end up getting one. But I only got like 3 games for it, so I didn't really play that much. I wonder where it is.
I mean, we did have one, though, like, that was like the pad was at the bottom, and you flipped it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just didn't know it was called a Game Boy Advance, too.
Yeah. Joe's out.
Goes out.
That is such like fond memories for me because like my family used to go on camping trips all the time, and like Game Boys never had like a light in the back of their screen, so you'd be trying it like at night, like on a road trip to try to play like the Game Boy, and you had to go
one of those light things, those like
never
attachment lights that you put on it so you could see it. Because I used to use it. That was basically when you used it on road trips.
Yeah,
that's when I used mine at least.
Or when you're like reading a book. You like to read as a kid.
Oh, I thought you meant like I read a book on my Game Boy Advance. I was like, no, I didn't. Yeah, and I'm very lucky. My sister can't read in the car because she gets sick very easily.
Mine too.
Your sister?
Yes, and she has to sit in the front.
I think Monica prefers to sit in the front, but she just can't read. Like, she can't even read directions on her phone or anything.
That's so crazy.
I know. It's weird to me.
I don't get it.
Because I don't feel that at all.
Exactly.
I can read very easily in a car.
I can sleep, I can read, I can sit in any seat.
That's
Put
why
me
I
anywhere, I
thought
don't
the
care.
first time we went on a cruise, we were convinced that she would be very seasick.
Yeah.
Because we were like, oh, she gets sick in the car a lot whenever she had, but we both never got seasick.
Allie never got seasick either, but we did go on one, like, excursion where this guy in, like, this open Jeep kind of, like, took us on the most scenic route possible, which was nice, but it was dangerous. It was, like, narrow roads, and it was, like, constant bumps and whatever, and she got so sick even in the front seat. And it was just, like, just being in that car was terrible for her.
I do feel the older I get, the more I do get sick on things, though, because I remember thinking that it was crazy when I was younger, and my dad would be like, oh, I get sick on spinny rides, and I'd be like, what a loser. Like, why does he get sick on spinny rides? But now, not like I can't do them, but recently I remember going to Kennywood, the park near us, and I went on something, and I was
Really?
I lost a little bit of sense getting off of it. It wasn't like I was throwing up or I couldn't do anything the rest of the day, but I just, like, my equilibrium was slightly off, and I was like, oh, this must be what it is to become an adult. So disgusting.
I remember your uncle, like, there's, like, Cedar Creek Park is, like, a huge park, and they have pavilions and stuff. You have picnics there all the time. And so we were at a pavilion there with your whole family from, like, church and everything, and it was someone's birthday. I don't know what it was.
It's probably church picnic.
Probably a church picnic.
Yeah.
And, like, we were young, and we just, like, like, even to this point of, like, how old I am now, like, we shoved so much food into our faces at this thing. And I just, like, remember that and being like, that's disgusting. Like, different foods, like Jell-O and, like, potato salad and hot dogs and salad and, like, cookies and all this stuff. And then we would go on the swings. And I remember your uncle specifically being like, I don't know how you girls can go on those swings after eating all that food.
I know. I remember hearing that all the time growing up, too. Like, people, I can, like, vividly remember running around after eating a ton or something, and older adults saying the same thing. Like, what? You guys feel sick to your stomach? And we were like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like, why would we feel sick to our stomachs? We're just chilling.
I feel good.
Yeah. We're like, whatever. People are like, don't swim after eating. We're like, what?
God, I really need to swim this year.
Yeah, we should.
Josh from work always says that he goes to, like, Highland Park pool after work because it's, like, close to where we work. You should just come with us sometime.
What? Where is the
If it's
Highland Park
open.
pool?
I don't know. I've never been. But I want you to go with me.
I don't know where that would be. I'm actually...
Okay, well, we'll figure it out this year.
It's my birthday, though. I wish it wasn't COVID so that people could all get together.
Well, I mean, are your friends going to do something? They said they're going to come.
My friends are coming.
Okay.
They keep asking me what I want to do, and I keep saying I just want to hang out. Like, just because I don't want to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
I did mention maybe going to K-Box, which I do love.
I've never been.
I love a good K-Box. And K-Box is so cheap. The places, it's like you just, for anyone to know, it's Korean karaoke, basically. And you just sit in a box, a room, and you can get drinks delivered to your room, but it's a private, it's only your group. And you basically just, like, karaoke in a room, which I get. Everyone's like, oh, you could just do that at, your house or whatever. But it's not the same. And you have a huge wall that's, like, shows the videos usually and has the lyrics up.
Sounds fun.
And you have, like, disco, and you have different tambourines and maracas. And like I said, you have a waiter that comes.
Yeah.
And it's fairly cheap for what it is. So I said that is something I'd want to do. But now, I don't know what they're even planning on doing because they were like, well, we have surprises planned. Activities. I was like, surprise activities?
Okay, good. I mean, that's cool.
What?
Well,
I was like, are we milking cows?
You already did that.
I know, but I really would like to milk another cow.
Okay, I will go with you to milk a cow because I've never done it.
Okay.
So
I have a bucket list of things, and I try to do one each year. And last year, my item was milk a cow, and it was so satisfying.
And now this year, your item is milk another cow.
No, this year I'm gonna dine at a 3-star Michelin restaurant. Michelin restaurant. Hopefully. God willing.
So does that mean, when are we gonna hang out for your birthday?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll do something with, like, you can do something with all of us.
Okay, but I don't know what that is.
Right, I just can't tell you.
Right. So I guess just
keep that weekend.
text me when you know.
Oh, do you want to go to the Frida thing still?
Sure, but I also want to do that Van Gogh one. The immersive.
I do want to do that one too, but it's $50 and it's not until
I don't like
September, and it doesn't even know where it is. You know, it's just like one of those things where I'm like,
It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Laha bought tickets for me and her for 11:30 on April 3rd if you'd like to buy one.
What day is April 3rd?
Saturday.
Okay, maybe. We'll see. Oh, I might actually have showroom appointments. I don't know yet. Literally the first
day
week
before
I get
Easter.
back, I know I might have to have showroom appointments. She was trying to get them on Friday, April 2nd, but she was like, if they can do Saturday, can you do it? And I was like, seriously, the first week I get back, I'm doing showroom appointments on a Saturday.
Stupid. Oh, also Rialto opens this week.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts? Thursday.
That is nuts.
Wait, going back to Easter, I was also talking to my friend recently about our Easter traditions growing up. And I can't remember, did you get your Easter egg basket hidden in the morning?
I was
think that's
actually
a
just
normal
thinking
thing.
about this.
I know. It was so fun. We got that done and up until...
Why are you ripping your pants
I don't know.
apart?
I
like
need to
when
stop.
they have fringes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, no, I love, that was one of my favorite things, and we did it forever, and she did not do that.
She's missing out.
She
also
already
didn't
didn't have
out.
an outdoor Easter egg hunt. They just did it inside.
Oh my gosh. See, that's like one of the things my mom loves, going ham for holidays for like kids. Like it's her favorite thing. And she hardcore went on Easter egg hunts.
Yeah.
And it was like great. I
We
loved a
loved-
good hunt.
We didn't do ours very late in life. Like, I think we stopped doing Easter egg hunts
Yeah.
after I turned like 8. So I wish I could have kept doing them.
I think the last one was maybe 12, but then we actually did one.
I was gonna say, I feel
When I
like
was,
I would
like,
do an
20 or
adult one.
something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
now people do adult ones. And I think those are fun. But yeah, we stopped doing them pretty early. But we always did them outside and it was super fun. And there was always one that had $1 in it, which nowadays, this one lady posts on Facebook every year and she posts like a $50 bill in one, and I'm always very jealous of the
Wow.
children. I'm like, wow, they get $50?
My mom, so like the last one we did was an adult one. And like, I remember it because like Allie was there and we were at my grandma's house, and Megan was there. So like that's when Jeremy and Megan were still like starting to be together or something. Well, no, they weren't together in high school. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They would put like fake plastic coins in the eggs, so you didn't really know like what you got. But then once we came back and counted all their stuff up, they'd be like, okay, like how many coins do you have? And there would be like a range of like, you got this prize or whatever.
That's fun.
Yeah, and there were like candy and some.
Yeah, I would like to do an adult Easter egg hunt. I feel like those are fun. But I feel bad for the kids that don't get their Easter eggs hidden. Easter baskets being hidden are fun. Although, also, isn't it so creepy to think that we teach Santa's one thing.
Right.
Easter bunny, a huge ass Easter bunny coming into your home and hiding a basket.
My parents
Is
took it a step
terrifying.
further, and they would like make like carrots. So they would like cut up carrots out of construction paper, like orange, and color it green at the top, and then they would write a clue on it. And they would leave it, like there'd be one at our bed, and then like go down the steps a little bit, and there'd be like another clue, and like clue and clue. And it's like, I really believed that.
A bunny brought that to you.
I just didn't understand, like, why is this in my house? That is so cute. I mean, it's weird.
It's scary, kind of, when you think about it.
yeah.
My cousins, the only 2 cousins I had that are younger than me that I used to watch, that was a thing their parents used as a tactic because they were terrified of the Easter bunny.
I don't like that.
And they used to call and be like,
that.
say, if they're being bad, tell them that you're going to call the Easter bunny.
Yeah.
And they would start screaming, crying, and it was so sad.
That's why I don't like Elf on the Shelf. It's like, I don't need
I
an elf.
told you that. I said, that is my tactic. Like, I am never doing that. Because I feel like that is, I don't want the responsibility, and I don't want my kids to be behaving only because there's an elf watching them. Like, I want them just to be well-behaved children in general.
And then, like, what does that fear turn into later? Like, you spent so many years being afraid of an elf on a shelf, and then, like...
I don't think the kids are afraid of the elf. I think they love their elf, but still, I don't like it when parents are like, well, look, my buddy's watching. Like, you know, it's just... That. I just want them to be good without having... And I said that's what I'm going to tell them eventually whenever they do it. I'm going to say, like, if my kids ask me, why don't we have an elf? I'm going to be like, because you guys are good kids, and Santa trusts you to be good on your own.
But then I remember I was talking about this, and I was like, but now that means that everyone who has one is bad, and they're going to, like, go to school and be like, you're bad because you have an elf.
Well,
that's the parents' fault.
That's their fault. They'll have to deal with that. If my kids are good, then they won't go around telling other kids that they're bad.
That's true, yeah.
And I'm just hoping this is how they'll turn out. But watch, I'll probably get an elf. I'll
You're
be
not
like,
gonna
please.
get an elf.
I don't want to know for my own sanity. I just feel like that is so many times to have to remember to move something.
Especially if you're like working and you have to get up early to move that.
I literally can't imagine. I can't believe parents do that.
No.
Every year, no less. Thinking of different things.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nightmare. I know some parents enjoy it, I think, actually, but to me, that sounds...
It has to get old.
It has to get major old.
Major.
I'm over it. I don't even do it.
What are you doing for Easter, by the way?
I don't know. It's a great question. Probably nothing.
I'm sure my family's doing something, but it's Mimosa Sunday, so I kind of don't...
We had Easter together last year.
So fun.
We had mimosas and we dyed eggs.
Yeah, that was good.
I forgot. Dyeing eggs is another good Easter tradition.
My family loves dyeing eggs. Loves
Easter was my favorite holiday growing up, and I don't know why.
Really?
Nothing even...
I mean, spring is nice. I love spring.
Yeah, it always fell around my birthday, so I think I probably liked that. And I feel like I liked that it was probably towards the end of the year, getting warmer. And it always was nice. I liked getting dressed. We got dressed up for church in the morning, and then we got a fun basket. So maybe as a kid I did enjoy it, but there's no way it's better than Christmas.
No ways better than Thanksgiving.
I don't like Thanksgiving that much.
I love Thanksgiving. There's no pressure to like get people gifts or receive gifts. You just go and eat a lot of food. I love Thanksgiving.
I like it now that I do it with friends. I love it now.
Yeah.
Growing up, it was just a meal that we went to, and that was it. And I was like, okay, like nothing fun happened.
I mean, but you like eat turkey and then you eat
Except for the
Jell-O and
Macy's
then you
parade.
lay down and...
I don't even really like turkey that much. It's fine, I'll eat
I love
it, but
turkey. We had the best turkey this year. Such good turkey.
I do like stuffing and stuff. But I love it.
Mashed potatoes.
Now that I have it, I have my own life and I can plan my own Thanksgiving. Just like 4th of July. I used to say that my ideas of my favorites were like 4th of July, Thanksgiving, and New Year's Eve. Those were the holidays that, in my head,
We had good New Year's Eve.
I idealized as my favorite, but they're always like in realistic the worst. But now that I'm an adult and I get older, I love them because I can like make them my own thing, you know?
Okay.
So now I love Thanksgiving because I do them with friends. I love 4th of July because I do them with friends. New Year's Eve because I do them with friends. You know, it's like my own thing.
I love 4th of July because I love fireworks, but I used to be terrified of fireworks.
I was terrified of fireworks when I was little too.
Yeah.
My dad had to leave Epcot or Magic Kingdom when I was little with me early because I wouldn't even be in the park when the fireworks went off.
I remember like, do you remember one time we were on like the baseball pitch at a park and you like lost your shoe or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then the fireworks were going off right over top of us.
Yeah.
Trying to get your shoe back.
I was in Charleroi.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was really scary.
We survived.
We made it.
But yeah, I do like 4th of July.
I love 4th of July, but I haven't seen like fireworks in Pittsburgh in years, actually.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years since I've seen them, I guess. I'm not like huge on fireworks. Are fine. They're always the same to me. I just enjoy it's usually nice out.
Good barbecue.
I love a good barbecue. I like hanging out with friends and just drinking all day outside.
Friends, you like.
I like my friends a lot. Yeah.
I like my family a lot, but I also do want to experience doing it with friends, but like my family's really big on getting together, so I kind of can't experience that yet.
It has been one of the best things to just tell my family, we'll celebrate another day. I'm gonna do this on my time for now. And I did like our New Year's Eve this year.
That was fun.
But I also really like going out for New Year's Eve.
I love.
I feel like I'm. But I just don't mind New Year's Eve in general. You know?
I mean, you don't mind it.
Like it's always fine. Like I'm not someone who puts a lot of expectations on New Year's Eve, I guess.
I like New Year's Eve a lot.
Like a couple years ago, I decided I was just gonna stay home by myself, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Like, come to my house, and I was like, no, like literally, I just want to stay. Like, I just like really wanted to stay home and drink a bottle of wine and watch like Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve or Ryan Seacrest took over or whatever.
Yeah,
but I had a great time. I like FaceTimed my friends at midnight, but that was also the year that my sister was in town and called me crying at midnight because she felt bad we weren't together. So then I ended up hitching a ride at 12:05 to the house she was at. So we ended up spending New Year's Eve together anyway.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But I had no qualms. It's just another day, you know?
I love going out for New Year's.
But then I went out the next year
Love it.
to the casino, like a big party that my office was portraying, and it was so much fun. So
One year we went out to a D'Antwoord show, which they're like this really weird rap group from South Africa, but they're like amazing. And they had a New Year's show, and it was just like at Stage AE, and I just remember it was great, and they like passed out champagne. Maybe that was actually too many zoos. I'm pretty sure it was D'Antwoord. Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. I liked it.
One day I would like to be I'm a big fan. There's two things from this movie. Big fan of When Harry Met Sally.
I know.
Huge fan. You've seen it?
No.
No, that's right. Anyway, they have 2 New Year's Eve scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
So all I ever ask for anywhere I am on New Year's Eve is to play Auld Lang Syne, because what is it?
That is the classic. I mean, I was just going to say
my favorite movie.
The classic
favorite song.
Wait, I mean, yeah, sorry.
You didn't pass that test.
No, I was prepared to say like that's a classic song, but then you asked me what is it, and so I was like, I guess it's not the classic song because
it's my favorite song in general. Just that's like my favorite song is Auld Lang Syne.
Sure.
So I want it to be played every time I'm anywhere.
So weird that that's your favorite song.
I just
ever,
think
always.
It's so beautiful.
I know.
I think it's such a beautiful song.
Okay.
I appreciate what it is.
Yeah.
And it's so sad, but I actually really like it. Anyway, that's one of my things on my bucket list is to learn how to play it on the piano. Anyway, and one day, I feel like maybe when I hit 30, this will be more of a thing. I really want to...
You mean next year?
Yeah. So when I hit 30, I want to buy one of those... They play Pictionary. You know, in the 80s, I feel like that happened a lot, where people got together to play game night.
Oh, I love that.
Like, we don't do that, I feel, anymore as humans.
No, but I love games.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
So that was in that movie. And I've seen it in other movies from the 80s and early 90s and stuff, where they have, like, everyone come together, but they have one of those big easel boards, but it's with, like, paper.
That. Yeah.
I know. Mm-hmm. And then they draw on it and play Pictionary. So all I ever want to do in my life is buy one of those big easels and have, like, the black markers and draw and have someone guess.
Like, your friends are coming over for your birthday.
So oh my god, maybe I can have them do it.
Why don't you just get an easel?
I'm not
and
30 yet.
Oh, so you just
No, it's okay. I don't have to wait.
Okay.
Maybe I should ask them. But that's another thing. I feel bad because it's kind of a waste. Those easels aren't cheap. They're like $30 for just one of those. And there's only like 100 pages in them. So you really don't get that much. I guess you can use one page for a whole round.
I understand that you want to get an easel and the papers, like, because that's really cool. But you can also just get like a whiteboard. You can see.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem as fun.
I know.
Like I just picture the like.
And then like it sounds different with the marker on the paper. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Maybe I should just tell the milk bar to buy an easel. And does someone have an easel? I feel like if I just bought them.
We have an easel.
I was just gonna say
tall, but
you strike me as someone who would own an easel.
No, I have an easel. It's not that big. It's like maybe goes up to like here from the floor, but you can just put it on like books and stuff, and it'll be fine. We'll figure it out if I'm invited.
See, this is the problem.
What? You don't know.
Let's say that you and Donnie come to play.
Yeah.
Melissa and Tony.
Yeah.
Kevin and Jen.
Sure.
Who do I play with? I'm alone.
Phil. Let's just call Phil. He would love
Sorry
to
I haven't talked to you in over a year, Phil, but I mean, seen you in over a year, but it's my birthday and I need a Pictionary partner.
Okay, not Phil.
Maybe Dylan. I can have Dylan come, maybe.
Dylan will be fun.
At least I've like seen him within the last.
Or maybe like Laha. Like it doesn't have to be a guy.
That's true. Yeah, Laha could come play. Or like Alyssa. Alyssa could bring Danny, her fiance.
Oh, well,
although we also shouldn't have a huge, if we're COVIDed. Although so many of my friends have their vaccines now. You don't have it.
Nor do you.
Alyssa has it.
I mean,
she's totally vaccinated, and so is Danny, her fiance.
It might be nice that we could play outside.
Laha is. That's true. We could play right here. All I want in my whole entire life is to play Pictionary on a big easel. I hope we can do it.
Yeah, you let me know.
Maybe I'll make that my new bucket list item for the year.
Perfect.
A year one.
Done.
Not my real one.
It's done. We still have like champagne left.
We have so much champagne left.
I kind of have to pee though.
It's been, we should shut this. It's been over an hour.
Do you think so?
It says it. I can see it. An hour and 2 minutes.
All right, sweet.
All right, bye.
All right, cool.
See ya.
Adios.
Motherfucker.